And again, welcome to all our friends in Bedford watching tonight. We're going to try to call it as close down the middle as we can. Obviously, we're Londonderry people. We're in the Londonderry booth, so obviously we're going to get a little excited for the Lancers. Don't hold it against us. But we are going to try to call it as much down the middle as we can. And welcome to our friends in Bedford watching on BCTV Channel 23 and high definition on Channel 1072 in Bedford and WBNH 105.1 FM Bedford Radio. So welcome to the Bulldog fans. Welcome to the Lancer fans who could not be in attendance tonight. 11, Zach Fawcett. So Fawcett kicking off once again.
Scaling, Aaron Scaling is the back there amongst other people for Bedford Bulldogs.
Aaron Scaling.
And Kumbani, the captain, Dylan Kumbani, wide receiver, 6'2", 165, back deep to receive. And Fawcett will be starting out this game.
Great year so far, a couple of field goals.
Nailed a big one before halftime last week.
Right.
Fawcett kicks it. It's going to be deep. It's going to be Scaling taking it at the 10-yard line. He's up the right-hand side to the 20, 25, and he is still on his feet. Breaks it to the outside, and he's got a lane, and he's finally brought down. That's going to be number 12, Hayden Austin on the tackle, but a great return by Scaling out past the 45 to the 48-yard line.
Looks like they had him stopped around the 35, but he broke away from whoever had the grab. Here's the play, and right there he hesitates.
So Hayden
got
Austin
some good yards. Bedford in very good field position to start the game.
So Bedford will have it 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. And Michael's going to lead them out of the huddle.
Yeah.
And to the left-hand side, he's got Sanchez and Scaling. And to the right-hand side, it's Kumbani. Michael alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. It's a high snap. He gets it down. He fires off to the right. Kumbani's got it. And he's ahead past the 45 of Londonderry to about the 44. Gain of 8 on first down.
They give him 8? Okay.
8.5.
Tackle on the play made by Lancers, number 3.
So we knew they were going to come out and throw the ball.
Yeah.
Joe Michael likes to throw the ball around.
Right.
And
again, he's experienced. This is his second full year with Bedford. As starting quarterback for all intents and purposes.
So Kumbani goes back to the right-hand side, Scaling wide to the left, and the slot is Sanchez. Michael looks over the D, tries to get him to jump, and do they jump or do they move? We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see before we make a determination.
Are they going to call that encroachment, or did they? Let's see what the call is from the referee. They're going to say it's against Londonderry, I think. The Bedford,
I think they're going to
clapping.
say offside Londonderry.
So he's saying the Lancers jumped, and that's going to be enough for a first down for Bedford. So
against the Lancers,
they move it down to the Londonderry 39.
Gives Bedford the first down without having to use the play. Good start for Bedford at this point. Lancers push back inside their 39-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 from Michael. Scaling deep, far to the left-hand side. We've got Sanchez in the slot once again. Owen Christopher in the slot on the right-hand side. Michael takes a snap, drops back, under pressure, fires down the field. Seaman's there on the coverage, and it's incomplete at the 10-yard line. Pass was intended there for Owen Christopher. Seaman with the coverage.
Michael got the arm, that's for sure. Just seeing how he easily threw that ball. He had a rush on him. There were several Lancers that almost got to him before he got rid of the ball. But he threw a long pass, a little pushing off there at the end of it, but of no consequence.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now. And the spread offense once again, Kumbani split to the right-hand side. And Scaling and Sanchez go to the left. Sanchez in the slot. This time they have a halfback behind Joe Michael. And we've got some movement again, and it's offsides. Looks like the Lancers are getting thrown off by the snap count, or can't really tell what's going on the line there. What's getting the jump, but that's 2 so far. We know the coaches do not like that.
Encroachment call against the Lancers.
2nd and 5.
That is a 5-yard.
So that's a free 5 yards right there.
And
it's been, the Lancers have been pretty well, I won't say penalty free, but there are very few penalties in the games they've participated in.
So far they have been. This time's Kumbani to the left-hand side. 2nd down and 5. Michael takes a snap, and it's a handoff to Christopher this time. And not a lot there, but he does fall forward past the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Looks like right there. You see that? There was offside, illegal procedure on Bedford. However, the referees didn't catch it.
So what they do is it looks like they have their hands on their knees and then they drop down right before the snap. And I think the linemen are seeing that movement, and then that's what's getting them drawn offside.
To it? Okay. Again, we're excited about having the Bedford people here with us and enjoying the telecast. Thank you.
So once again, it's Scaling to the left-hand side with Sanchez in the slot. We've got Kumbani and Christopher to the right-hand side. Michael takes a snap, fades back to the 41. Fires, tipped, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Christopher. Almost intercepted there.
Should have been caught. Should have been caught. There were a couple of receivers in the same area. That might have been part of the problem.
So fourth, and let's call it a long 5 or a short 6, however you want to call it.
Looks like Bedford is going to go for it, Eric.
No, it looks like they have Sanchez back maybe to punt at the 50-yard line, but it could be a fake. He's one of their better athletes, so I would watch for that. Raza goes back deep for the Lancers.
By himself.
They're trying to get him to jump. They do not. There's a snap. Sanchez has it. Here comes the rush, and he gets it away. It's a high kick. Bounces at the 15, hits a Lancer, and it's recovered by Bedford.
Yeah.
So the ball came down, it hit Lucas Seaman in the leg.
Seaman in the leg, yeah.
And that's the risk when you let it bounce on the ground. You just try to get everyone away from it, but there it is. Hits him in the leg, and it's recovered there by number 10, Kumbani. And now Bedford's in business with 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Eric, how much time as your coach do you spend on the ability on punts and kickoffs and all that aspect, special teams, on learning how to be out of the way or looking for the ball?
It's the first thing they do every day at practice with the Lancers. They work on special teams for the first, I'd say, half hour, 40 minutes.
Wow.
It's just that's just a freak play. It's just a freak accident right there, but it happens. And now they're in business. Here's Joe Michael, and then we've got movement once again. They're going to call it. I think it was them this time.
Procedure.
Looks like Ryan Allard moved. And they do.
That's
a big 5 yards.
Big 5 yards. Big 5 yards right now. Got 10 and a half minutes left in the first quarter. At this point, no score, but.
Well, last week it was run. The clock kept ticking. When they throw the ball with incomplete passes, clock stops. And so we're not even a minute and a half into this game yet. Scaling again to the left with Sanchez in the slot. Kumbani's off to the right. Here's a handoff to Christopher. No, he kept it. Michael kept it, and he gets run over in the backfield. It was a read option there. What we had was a read option. He decided to keep it, but a little too late. And then Ian Ward came in and just took care of it.
He was fortunate to be able to hold on to that ball when he was hit.
So now we've got 2nd down and 20.
So a little sloppy early on here. We've had 3 penalties between the two teams on offsides or procedures.
21-yard line.
Scaling and Sanchez to the left-hand side. Christopher and Kumbani to the right-hand side. Michael looks over the defense. Bowles creeps up. Here comes the blitz. Michael's going to throw. He hits him in. Christopher open in the flat. He gets in past the 10-yard line. Let's call it the 9-yard line. Tackle made over there by Lucas Seaman. It's going to be 3rd down now, and let's call it 8.
Looked like the Lancers were playing more of a prevent defense on that particular play. Seaver was wide open, but it was all in front of them, and they were able to tackle him to make 3rd and long.
On the Lancer 9-yard line.
So 9.5 minutes to go, and Bedford knocking on the door. They had to punt their first series, but it did hit a Lancer when it bounced on the ground, and Bedford recovered. Now they've got 3rd down, and let's call it a long 7, short 8 from just inside the 10-yard line.
So they can still get a 1st down without scoring.
Michael awaiting the snap. It's a high snap, but he grabs it. He rolls out to his left-hand side. He's under pressure. He's on the move. He's hit at the 5 and knocked down. It's going to be 4th down now, and about 2.5, 3 yards to go. Riley Bowles made the stop at the 5.
They're going to be going for it, I think, Eric. I think they're going to go for it, or maybe they're going to try a field goal.
Well, let's see.
They're going to try to get what they consider
so Michael's also the kicker.
Points out of this. Michael's the kicker. Quarterback, the kicker,
the Bulldogs.
the leader on the team.
Snap back.
That's bad snap.
Bad snap, but he got it up and he got it through. It looks like. Yeah, he did.
3-0.
So the snap was low. It was handled, and Michael gets it up and through just over the crossbar. Here it is again. Little bobble.
Wow.
Gets it down. Kick is up and just over the bar. And with 8:17 remaining in the first quarter, it's Bedford 3 and the Lancers nothing.
That may be the first time that the Lancers have been behind this year.
It is the first
Yes.
time. Well, actually, no, Pinkerton went up on a 14-13.
At 1 point, and we got the field goal to change that.
That's right. So Pinkerton was up by 1 point in the first half, but
well, I think it's a moral big victory that the Lancers were able to hold Bedford from scoring a touchdown where, the energy's taken out of you when you have a fumble take place the way it did on a punt, and it's deep down in your territory. I thought it was a good job.
For the Bulldogs, number 12, Joseph Michael.
So it looks like Raza's back there deep.
Raza is your deep man.
To receive for the Lancers, number 24, Eric Raza.
And Michael with the pooch kick. And fair catch called for and made, and then he got hit. So usually that's a flag, but Lucas Seaman able to just bring it in.
Fair catch called by,
I think he might have been knocked into him by one of the other players. Again, I don't know, but that's probably what they said on that. But certainly there was contact on the play.
There was contact, but I think it was incidental, as you said. So now the Lancers take over at their own 38-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go, 8:15 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Lancers trailing by 3 points. So Dylan McEachern back on the field after being injured in the first half last week. There goes Raza in motion. There's a snap, and McEachern's going to keep it. And he's got a hole, and he gets across the 40 out to the 44-yard line, and that's a 5-yard gain on first down. So McEachern trying to test it out right away, see how he feels. Looks like he feels pretty good.
If we go back, the first game, McEachern was the main offensive player for the Lancers. And the second game, they keyed on him, and he didn't do too much in respect to that, but the rest of the team took up the slack. It's interesting to see what he'll do in this third game now.
So 2nd down and 5. And we've got Raza split right, Azadorian split left. Hayden Austin is behind McEachern. McEachern takes it. This time it's going to be Austin up the middle, and not a lot there. Maybe got a yard close to the 45. It'll be 3rd down, and let's call it 4.5.
Hayden Austin.
Nice tackle on the Bedford side to stop Austin from going more than a yard.
That's Sam Lacombe, one of the captains of the Bedford team. They don't just give the captainship away, so you know he can play. So 3rd down and 4 yards to go. McEachern has Azadorian to the right-hand side right now. And they try to get Bedford to jump. They do not jump. We've got Reyes in the slot, and Raza split to the left.
Times are running.
Takes a snap, fakes it, he's going to throw. McEachern fires, and it's intercepted. Picked off by number 3, Hayden Cheney, another one of the Bedford captains. And Bedford will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line, 43-yard line where they mark it. So let's check it out. McEachern fires across the middle, was intended for Jake Nahr, but picked off. And Raza made the tackle with Azadorian, so not the start the Lancers were looking for here.
Hayden, looks like Cheney. Hayden Cheney's the one that intercepted that ball, I believe, number 3.
Hayden Cheney, senior, tight end, linebacker, 5'8", 170. Picked that one off. So now the Lancers need to stop on defense. Scaling splits out to the right. Kumbani to the left with Sanchez once again in the slot. Michael takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws out to Sanchez. Sanchez one-on-one. O'Loughlin tries to get him down. He tiptoes the sidelines and finally gets pushed out of bounds at the Londonderry 45, enough for a first down.
Good job by Sanchez because the pass was there, simple little throw out to the side. He broke a couple tackles and got what he needed.
Stiff arm on O'Loughlin there, and that gave him a few extra yards and enough to pick up the first down. So the Lancers need to make something happen here on defense. 1st and 10 for Bedford, 6.5 minutes to go now in the first quarter. 3-0 is your score with the Bulldogs on top. Kumbani split to the right, and it's a handoff on the short side. And they fill that gap and bring it down for no gain. We've got Ian Ward under there. Robbie Durhawk is under there as well. On that carry was number 32, Russell Irwin.
Eric, am I correct in saying that everybody will make the playoffs in the system they have now?
That's the way they have it set up, is that all 20 teams in Division I will make the playoffs. It'll have the top 12 teams will get a bye the first week of the playoffs. They'll have the other 8 play, be left with 16, and then a round robin from there. Or brackets, I should say, from there, with the last 16 teams. So now it's Christopher split to the left-hand side, scaling to the right-hand side. Snap to Michael. He fires, and Kumbani has it just past the 40-yard line to the 39. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and let's call it 3.5, 4 yards.
I like the release by Michael. He wastes no time with that release. He's quick. Lance is trying to put pressure on, but he's on top of that right now.
5:23, and the clock continues to roll here. Bedford Bulldogs on top of the Londonderry Lancers by a score of 3-0. Ball on the Lancer 39-yard line.
Big 3rd down here.
It is a big 3rd down. And they send scaling to the right. Sanchez in the slot right. Christopher slot left, and Kumbani wide to the left. Reyes on the blitz. Michael gets rid of it. It's overthrown. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and Reyes got a hit on Michael that time. And
no question, the pressure caused him to throw early and throw a little bit wild on that one.
They were not going to let him sit in that pocket that time and be comfortable back there. So now 4th down, and let's call it 4 yards to go. And it looks like the punt team's coming out onto the field. So I can see the coaches on the sidelines right now saying, get out of the way. Everybody, just get out of the way.
Zach Matthews, the head coach, I think is playing a little conservative today. He went for the field goal when he had a chance to get put points on board touchdown-wise. And instead of trying to get first down here, the Bedford Bulldogs are punting to the best of our knowledge, but a timeout's been called by the Lancers now. So there must be something they either seen or didn't have the correct people on the field. Or something
or
to
just
that
instructions that, you know, if it's a high kick, everyone just run to the sidelines.
Oh, yeah, to the last one.
4:55.
I'm sure that was read into their minds, right?
If you're just joining us now, we want to welcome everybody from Bedford watching on BCTV Channel 23, the High Def Channel, 1072 in Bedford. High Def, that's nice.
Yeah.
High Def for the public access station.
That's
I like
incredible. Yeah.
Streaming on the BCTV website, Channel
Maybe
23.
someday we'll get that, maybe.
Radio WBNH 105.1 FM in Bedford. Londonderry WLLO 102.9 FM online. And your Comcast Channel 21, as well as your Londonderry Athletic YouTube channel.
You know, Coach might have told them don't get drawn off sides because that would be a first down for Bedford. You know, because they've been offside a couple of times. He might have, says, most important is don't get in there to fall.
Sanchez with a line drive kick. Everyone got out of the way, and it rolls down to the 7-yard line, and that is where the Lancers will try things to get things started after a rough first series.
They'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Lancers.
Scores 3-0. Bedford Bulldogs leading the way at this point.
4:45 left first quarter. It's been a long first quarter.
It seems that way, hasn't it? Lance has got 2 timeouts left for the first half. Well, the Bulldogs got 3.
They can't blame the TV timeouts. They can't blame us.
Well, they can, but it would be wrong.
I'm sure they probably will. But. So McEachern back at it. Takes the snap. It's a pitch to the outside. This is Hayden Austin. Cuts it in. He's got some running room. He's out past the 10 to about the 15-yard line, and he's going to be about a yard or two short of a first down.
Good yardage for a first down. You'd love to see that.
Austin had a big week last week, over 70 yards rushing, so let's get him going. Now we've got trips to the right-hand side.
2nd down and 2.
A little different formation.
And McEachern's going to try the other side, and they're not buying it.
Oh, great tackle. I'll try to get his number. Great play.
Hayden Austin on the carry.
So they tried to go to the right-hand side. And
Bulldog number 3, Hayden
Cheney Hagan.
Cheney, again, he had the pick on the first drive.
Right.
He just shot the gap that time.
3rd down and 6 for the Lancers.
Lancers ready to come out without a huddle.
3rd and 6. McEachern tried to get him to jump again. They're not buying it that time either. So now they're going to reset. 3:45 and running on the clock right now. Big 3rd down for the Lancers. You don't want to punt out of your own end zone.
No, especially where this game's gone so
So
far.
McEachern's going to roll left. He's going to fire left, and it's caught. And Reyes twisting and turning, but he's going to be short.
I think he's shot by several yards, actually.
About 2 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, good 2 yards.
So 4th and 2. Let's see what Coach Lozon's going to do. And
2 yards.
there goes the punt team. So they got themselves some breathing room, but Fawcett's going to go out and punt it away.
Sanchez, as he's doing most things, is back to receive the punt by himself.
He's Mr. Do-It-All there for Bedford. So now Zach Fawcett with the kicking duties. There's the snap. There's the kick, and it's a nice kick. High. Sanchez drops it. It's on the ground, but he recovers it. Bowles was down there. Jasper was down there. And Sanchez recovers it at his own 45-yard line.
Good kick. Took us out of territory that could have been very significant. Put it back on the side, on Bedford's end of the field. Right at the 45-yard line. They say 46.
So Riley Bowles, who's normally very aggressive, I think he was just trying to let up. He didn't want to drill him as soon as the ball got there, but just slowing down that little bit didn't allow him to jump on that fumble. So Bedford catches a break there on their muff punt, where Londonderry did not. And Bedford takes over. 2:45 remaining here, first quarter. And we've got a pass here to Sanchez. It's a screen pass. And O'Loughlin was being held up, but no flag on that play. And it's finally Robbie Durhack and Raza that make the tackle. But watch the blocks here. It looks like number 7. That
was a great
looks
block.
like a little bit of a hold there to me.
Quite get to him. Yeah.
You get those hands outside the shoulder pads, that's holding.
Unless it's called, it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
A 2nd down and 2 for the Bulldogs on the Lancer.
So a good gain on first down for Bedford.
Coming down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Scaling and Sanchez to the right, Kumbani to the left. And Irwin's in the backfield. It's going to be a fake to him. Durhack trying to chase him down. He gets the pass away, and the pass goes out of bounds at the 40. Robbie Durhack with a nice hit on Joe Michael, who did well just to get rid of it and keep it 3rd and short.
It'll be 3rd down and 2.
He came after him on that one. He was lucky to get it away. Ironically, if it was on the field, he had a receiver there. It wasn't like he didn't have a receiver there. Could have been a problem. Big 3rd down again, which has happened all this first quarter with the Lancers.
3rd down, and we call it 2 yards to go here at the Lancer 46-yard line, and they'd like to get a stop here and try to see if they can get their offense moving.
Get their offense together. It's been Bedford's quarter so far.
So 3rd and 2, the Bulldogs with a whistle on the field.
I think it's going to be procedure on the Bulldogs.
No, I think they called a timeout.
Oh,
looks like someone called timeout.
No flags out there?
Well, the Bedford coach came running out, so I'm going to assume that they called timeout.
Okay.
So, yeah, Coach Zach Matthews came out like he was shot out of a cannon, so he saw something he did not like. So 1:53 left. Big 3rd down coming up for the Bedford Bulldogs, who are on top of the Lancers by a score of 3-0.
The Lancers haven't even got over the 50-yard line today so far, and I think that'll be a first time for this year in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been the Bedford defense looks great so far.
So far.
So they've tried to run the inside game. They tried running outside. A couple of passes. One was intercepted. So, yeah, the Bedford defense looks pretty stout so far tonight.
Yeah, a little less than 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Both teams have 2 timeouts now left for the first half.
So 3-0 is our score. 1:53 to go, and here come the Bulldogs. Let's see what they have cooked up here after that timeout by Coach Matthews.
Fans getting into it a little bit.
So they're a little more bunched up, not the wide set they ordinarily have, and Michael takes a snap and he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to have, it's going to be very close. I think he does have enough for a first down.
May need a measurement.
I mean, we're not going to get into the minutia of his knee being down and where it's just basically at the high school level, wherever they spot it, that's where it goes, and that's enough for a first down.
That run's good for Bedford, first down.
So it looks like we have an injury on the play.
For the Bulldogs.
That looks like Michael Kubicki, a senior lineman.
44-yard line.
Yeah, number 70.
Yeah, Michael Kubicki. Hey, you don't like to see any injury,
Nobody in the team,
especially when they're a senior.
Absolutely,
And
this is their
it's a
final
shortened
right.
season to begin with, and you hope the young man is just fine. So the Lancers talking things over, and they're not used to this. I mean, you like to see good games. You like to see good competitive games. And last year they didn't really have a lot of those until they got to the championship game. But, you know, this year their games have been tighter. They had a tight first half against Pinkerton before they pulled away. They had a tight defensive battle against Salem before they finally pulled away at the end. And let's see what happens tonight. They're down 3-0, and Kubicki's up and walking off with his own power. So hopefully he'll be back in the game.
Well, it's a good test for the Lancers to be behind a little bit. Not that that's what I want. And their ability to come back or handle adverse situations, it may tell a lot about them.
So 1st and 10 as we get back to action. Clock starts running again with just under 1:40 left in the first quarter.
44-yard line.
Michael's got 2 split to the right, 1 to the left, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw, fires one out in the flat.
He's got a man.
He's got Sanchez, and Sanchez turns it up the field inside the 25 to the 20. It was Riley Bowles trailing, but another completion for Joe Michael.
Riley Bowles.
I'll tell you what, if Michaels has the time, he's going to be tough to stop.
Results in a Bulldog.
He's got his release is so just gentle. It's
very
and
smooth.
it goes far and it goes fast. He's got a lot going for him right now, and if they don't get to him or pressure him out, it's going to be a long night.
1 minute remaining now in the first quarter. It's a screen pass to Sanchez. They just want to get him the ball. Lucas Seaman just threw his blocker away and said, I'm going to make this tackle right here. And that's what he does.
Second down.
He threw off the blocker, made the tackle. Good job by Lucas Seaman on that play.
4 for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 6.
They should be able to get at least one more play off, Eric, before the quarter is up.
So Scaling goes left with Sanchez. Christopher and Kubani go to the right-hand side. Michael in the backfield once again.
I think he's going to go to the end zone.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. And here comes the blitz. Lancers are coming. He drops it off, and it's dropped. It is dropped there by number 21, Owen Christopher.
Christopher in a drop.
And he's going to wish he had that one back.
I think he wanted to run before he had the ball type thing. But he definitely dropped a wide open Christopher.
So big 3rd down play here for the Lancers. Trying to get back off the field and maybe force a field goal attempt.
Right.
Or maybe they go for it on 4th down. We'll have to wait and see. We don't know what the distance is for Michael.
Taking their time, Bedford is. Michael coming off sidelines, obviously with the play from coach.
So now 3rd down, 6 yards to go from the Lancer 17-yard line. Sanchez Kubani to the left-hand side, and we've got another timeout on the field.
We're going to see a timeout here.
And it looks like Bedford called that one as well.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't have much time left, it didn't seem. When he came from their sidelines, it didn't seem like they had much time left to call a play. And I think the coach took no chances on that one. got down to one timeout. He may regret that, but we'll see.
I mean, you don't see a lot of high school games where it's over half an hour for the first quarter.
This is record-breaking and
This
not
is-
quite in the right way.
This
But hey,
is a long quarter of football right here, and only 3 points on the board. You
Boy,
would think
yeah.
it would be, touchdown
know
after
it.
touchdown,
I
but
know.
it's been an odd first quarter, and the Lancers kind of on their heels tonight.
Absolutely. To this point, absolutely. They've shown no offense, and defensively they've been out there a lot. And, that can catch up with you, especially in the second half.
So now big third down, 6 yards to go. Scaly and Sanchez to the left, and it's Christopher and Kubani to the right-hand side. Michael
Back
takes
to
a
pass.
snap. He's back to pass, gets some pressure, fires. It's caught by Sanchez, and he is inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. What a catch
What
that
a
was in
throwing
traffic.
catch. I thought the throw, they had all kinds of pressure on him. And he got it right. He threw a bullet right to Sanchez.
Sanchez felt that one. He's
It'll be first and goal.
kind of hobbling off.
Watch how
But
he
just fires it over
he's
the
got
middle
A
and-
beautiful pass, a beautiful catch.
Reyes
A lot
with the
of-
hit just as the ball came in. I mean, just a bang-bang play. Good football all around.
all the way around. Lances were there. It's just you hit it right on the nose.
So that's the end of the first quarter, and Bedford is knocking on the door, and the score is Bedford 3 and Londonderry nothing after the first quarter, and they could go down 2 scores in a hurry here.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Lozon trying to fire up the troops there on the sidelines. Happy to report to everyone that I'm sitting in my chair, and
For those
it is
people
yet
in-
to break tonight, so that is good news.
Yeah, for those people in Bedford, we had an incident last week.
We had an incident,
And
and
Eric is not a big guy to the point where you'd be concerned about a weak or lousy chair that's just barely holding on. And boy, we heard the bang.
well, what happened was they yelled my son's name. He was going in for his first varsity game, and I said, I need to sit down for a second. And I sat down in the chair. I had not tested the chair, and the chair just snapped on me.
You're
So
not supposed to have to test the chair. So,
I wouldn't think.
I mean, you wouldn't think so.
But,
It happened.
everyone
it's
got a
over,
big laugh
everybody's
out of
okay.
it, and
True,
everyone,
True.
I can't tell you how many people taped it and sent me the clip.
I was about to say, you
Yeah.
must have
Oh,
received,
yeah. Big fun. So now Bedford going from left to right. They're heading right towards the Londonderry band. First and goal at the 1 yard line. Bunch formation this time. And that is number 32, Russell Irwin in the backfield, and did not make it on the.
Second and
Number
goal.
1, Solomon Sanchez on the carry.
So they gave a direct snap to Sanchez, and
No
he did
gain on the
not
play.
get in.
We'll bring up a second down and goal from the Lancer 1.
They're still trying to get people off the pile there. Sam
You're going
Sam
back into
Lacombe
the
was last one up. So now they're on the half-yard line. That is close. You can't get much closer than that.
No, it's literally on the line from this angle.
So here they go.
I think the best way, I was going to say, is probably watch it this way.
Second and goal. And Sanchez is in a quarterback, and we have some movement there. It looked like
Yeah,
we had a little
absolutely.
movement.
Flag on the
And
play.
The question is, were they drawn
well, they
on?
got to do half the distance to the. Oh, good, half the distance to the goal from the inch line. So
Let's get the
it's
ruler
offsides
out.
against Londonderry, so they have to move it from the 2-inch line to the 1-inch line.
Right.
Encroachment called against the Lancers. Penalty is half the distance to the goal.
All right.
Something else. Second out.
Second down and goal.
So Michael comes out in these
Inside the
situations, and they have Sanchez in the backfield, and he's got Irwin behind him, and Sanchez is going to try again, and he's stacked
Oh,
up,
yeah.
but I think he got in.
The push
No
behind
indication.
him.
No, they say he did not get in.
On the
Push
carry.
behind him.
Oh, boy.
No gain on the play.
Just a brick wall there, so
Goal.
give credit to the big guys up front. We've got Dan Gear in there. We've got Eric Brown in there. We've got all the big boys. We've got Donovan, Jake Narr.
Eric Brown's in there, like you said.
So the big boys doing some work down low right now on this
Rashawn.
goal line stand, and third and goal now from the 2-inch line. Sanchez again behind center. He's got Irwin behind him. Let's see if they try Sanchez a third time. No, they're going to try to get outside, and he does get outside and scores. And Robbie Durhack had a shot at him in the backfield, but he did get in.
That was close.
And now it's 9-0 Bedford. So Laughlin tried to get him there at the end, and Durhack had a shot at him in the backfield, but Sanchez gets in for the touchdown, and now Bedford is kicking this extra point to try to take a 10-0 lead.
Well, Lancers have their work cut out for them. Let's see what they made of here in the first half. Again, they haven't got it over the 50-yard line yet.
Snap, kick, blocked. They're going to pick it up. Can't run it back in high school, but it is blocked. So they keep it a 9-point game, which could turn into something later on.
Maybe, right.
So 10:07 left, and it's 9-0 Bedford. Let's see who got a hand on this. The kick is up, and whoa, just went off it at the last second there. Okay, so 10:07 left, and Bedford now with a 9-0 lead, and the Lancers need to get something going on offense.
Absolutely no offense to this point. Have they got a first down? I think they might have one.
I don't think they did.
No, they don't even have one. Okay, so you people out in Bedford, your team has certainly showed up tonight, and certainly is very impressive.
For your Lancers, number 24, Eric Raza.
So Raza is the deep man.
Raza. All back there.
Right in front of him, we have Bowles, Reyes, and Coleman.
And the quarterback, Michaels, is also the kickoff man.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, yes.
He gets into it. Raza's going to get it at the 10-yard line. Starts up to the left-hand side. We've got some blocking going on there. He sneaks through on his feet to the 25 before he's brought down there. And that is going to be number 16 on the tackle, Fennessy Hunter.
Let's see how the Lancers come out and attack. What do we got here?
And we do have someone down. It looked like Raza got bent back. Yeah, right there. He got bent back the wrong way. So we want to wish the very best to Eric Raza and his family as they head off to get some more medical attention. Just joining us, second quarter, 10 minutes left to go, and it's 9-0. Bedford Bulldogs on top of the Londonderry Lancers, and we are going to get back to some football now.
Ball sits on a 25.
Looks like they're going to try to play in the...
This is over to the first down and 10. The Lancers on their own 26-yard line.
Well, let's see how it works out.
Dylan McEachern is the quarterback. He awaits the snap. There's the snap, and he bobbles it. It's on the ground, and that's going to be a big loss on first down. So that's what we talked about. The concentration could just be gone. I mean,
true. It's right in his hands. There was nothing wrong with the snap. It's just he didn't get it.
So now it's second down, 17, a 7-yard loss.
Second down and 17 for the Lancers.
And we've got Colby Ramshaw splitting out to the left-hand side.
Get the feeling the ball's going to go into the air.
Azadorian's to the right-hand side. Reyes goes in motion. Now he heads back.
Time is going.
9:18 remaining here in the first half. 9-0 Bedford in the lead. McEachern on second down, 17 yards to go. Takes a snap. He's going to throw. It's a screen pass over the head of... It was picked off. It was intercepted. It was over the head of Hayden Austin, and it was picked off there by number 11, Alex Zwickau.
Wow.
So they tried to set up the screenplay, and you see Hayden Austin slips out. It's over his head, hits a lineman, bounces up in the air.
Yeah.
Picked off by Zwickau, and now Bedford has a chance here at the Londonderry 25-yard line to really kind of open things up.
So what we wondered what would happen after the injury.
26-yard line.
First two plays were indicative of concentration.
A lot of heads down on the sidelines. You don't like to see that. So Azadorian is now going to be in at safety. And we've got a inside handoff to Sanchez. And Sanchez bounces off one, bounces off two, gets inside the 20-yard line.
Number 1, Solomon Sanchez.
And a good gain on first down.
It'll be second down.
Made by number 22,
and
Nick
2, maybe?
Azadorian.
So it looks like second down, 2 yards to go. The Lancers. Michael takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right-hand side. He's being chased down, fires down the field, and that one is incomplete. Intended for Dylan Kumbani, just short.
Flag down, Coach, is a flag down. It looked to me like it was interference on Bedford, but
number 12, Joseph
at least my eyes.
Michael, flag on the play.
Yeah.
So we had Bowles and Kumbani, Bowles and Zwickau got tangled up at about the 10. And it looks like the call is going to be against the Lancers.
Right.
So that's an automatic first down. And more importantly, a little bit closer to the end zone.
So the line judge come over and talk to Coach.
So not a lot has gone right for the Lancers so far tonight.
Against the Lancers, half the distance to the goal. First down and goal for the Bulldogs. Ball is on the 9-yard line.
First and goal at the 9. 8:17 left. Michael with Irwin behind him. Irwin now splits out to the left. Michael's going to throw, fires across the middle.
Got him.
Caught, touchdown, Dylan Kumbani.
Michael's pass complete. So number 10, Dylan Kumbani.
And all of a sudden, it's 15-0
Wow.
for Bedford.
Lance has really looked kind of out of sync and as far as the pass defense on that one. Several will go in the wrong direction. It was a counter that came across right to the middle, and it was just one-on-one. That was that. And this Michael's got this great arm. I'm really impressed by his arm, how easy and simple he can throw a ball. And if you're not on top of him, he's going to get rid of the ball.
And he kicks too.
He kicks too.
The last one was blocked on a low snap. Looks like they're going for 2 this time. They are going to go for 2. And it's an inside handoff to Sanchez, and he squeaks through, and he gets in.
No problem.
And now it's 17-0. That's a 3-score game right now.
Wow.
Sanchez.
I don't think anybody's seen this coming at this point.
So the Lancers need something to happen. They need something good to happen here.
Well, we're still got 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
It's been a long first half.
And so there's plenty of time to get back into this game, but they have to get back into this game. I don't think they can continue not to be able to move the ball. I realize there's a lot on their mind right now, but you can't excuse it. They've been outplayed.
Oh, Bedford looks fantastic.
Yep. The kick for the Bulldogs. Number 12, Joseph Michael.
As Coach says, something good has to happen to change the flow of the game.
Connor Howe.
So now, we don't have Raza back there, so Connor Howe, number 8, will be returning.
You know who's kicking, of course.
Michael with the kickoff, and it's
returnable.
Going end over end, and Howe's got it. He breaks to the left-hand side to the 20, 25, to the 30, bounces off a man and gets brought down at the 32-yard line. That's Cheney again. That kid's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, he's quite the player.
Tackle made by number 3.
Connor Howe on the run back.
So here comes the offense once again, and Dylan McEachern.
Ball on their own 31-yard line.
Couple interceptions on the night so far, trying to get the offense moving. 17-0 is your score. Bedford is in the lead with 8:05 remaining in the first half.
You have to have something like a sustained drive. Obviously, they're going to go to the air early in this game, earlier than they like to.
Two split right, two split left. Ball on the ground once again, looked
again,
like.
Almost, but came back up to the running back. And I'll tell you who it is.
Hayden Austin on the carry.
So they get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a couple. So we'll call it second down now and 8 yards to go.
Right.
At the 34-yard line.
Second down and 8 for the Lancers.
7:38 and running in the first half. 17-0. Bedford Bulldogs over the Londonderry Lancers. Colby Ramshaw split wide left. We've got Azadorian split wide right.
Staying on the ground.
They're staying on the ground. It's Austin again over the 35 to the 37-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
You're not going to win by getting 5 yards on 2 plays.
Colin Shannon.
They're doing some spreading out, making it look like they're going to pass the ball, but they're keeping it on the ground. 3rd down.
7 minutes to go.
Taking a lot of time in this play.
Ramshaw left, Azadorian right. Snap, throw. It's caught out in the flat. It kind of fluttered, but it was caught there by Trevor Weinman.
The ball was blocked, actually. Tipped. There we go. There it is, tipped, but it got there.
So sophomore Trevor Weinman with the reception, and it's 4th down and 1. They're just short, so this is a big moment in this game right now. Yeah. They have it bunched up, and they fake the snap. And is it going to be a false start, or did they get them to jump? Let's see what they call here. It's a big call. The difference between 4th and 6 and a 1st down. False start.
Got to punt that out now. For sure.
Penalty, bring up 4th down and 6.
So Londonderry once again does not get a 1st down, and they're forced to kick it away. And
one thing about Londonderry tonight, they tend to play ball in a sense of, they're well coached to the point where very few mistakes happen, and they have a system where everybody knows where they should be. I'm not seeing that tonight. I'm just not seeing that tonight.
Number 11, Zach Fawcett.
As an example, look at this.
They're going to try to fake, and it does not work. They flip it.
It's a big one.
So they tried the fake. Reyes thought he could flip it back. He's saying, why did they blow the whistle?
In the grasp, I think.
Let's try to see this. He drops it on the ground.
It's a fumble down, his knees down.
Well, his knees down when he flips the ball. So that's automatically a dead ball.
A dead ball is no good afterwards.
Boy, oh boy. This is 1st and 10 now for Bedford at the 30-yard line, and they could blow this game wide open.
Well, I think the Bedford, they've been able to run and they've been able to pass. They haven't been stopped, really. If you think about it, on any drive, really stopped. And they'd probably keep it on the ground, kill some of the clock, maybe get some more points and feel real good about themselves. Oh, he's going to pass it. Shows you what I know.
Fires again.
Nice
Seaman
hit.
on the coverage.
Nice hit.
And Seaman came up and made a nice play.
It was a good pass, but a nice play.
Bang, bang play right there.
You know, there are some plays in which everybody does everything right on both teams, and that's what this was. Seaman tried to get it. He was in the right
just
spot.
timed it up really well.
Right. Seaman hit him at the right time. All 3 players involved all did what they're supposed to, the right thing, and that's what come out of it. You're down to 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first half. I know it's your bedtime, some of you people.
The longest half in the history of football.
Yeah, could be. Handoff straight on.
And there's a big play. That is Jake Nard. Jake Nard trying to get the thing fired up. Trying to get the engine fired up here. He just shot his gap and made the play. Look at that.
Well, right now, it's all for naught if they get a 1st down on this, so it behooves the Lancers. This is big time for them. Keep them in a position where they either have to try something on 4th down or have to punt the ball. Right now, he's 3rd down and 11 yards. The opportunity is here. I would assume that Michaels will put it to the air. He's got such a great arm. And actually, we really haven't been able to get to him for the most part. We pressured him.
Irwin goes in
Everybody's
motion.
coming.
They're going to swing it out to him.
He dropped
And he
the
dropped the
ball.
ball
He
and the
had
hit
it.
and the flag. No.
Why the flag?
Pass incomplete.
They're going to say it was a late hit.
Irwin, flag on the play.
Oh, that's bad. That's really
I don't know how you
undisciplined.
ask a kid to stop. He doesn't know if he caught it or not.
Wow.
I don't know about that call. That is... I mean, how do you ask a kid to stop? He's going full speed to see if he made the catch or not to try to make a tackle. How do you make that call?
They do.
And Jimmy is not happy. Not happy at all.
Opportunity, we had him stopped, and
I mean, they had him
throw a
stopped on
flag.
3rd and 11,
Yeah,
a personal
right.
foul, and that's an automatic
Flag
first
on the
down.
play.
I honestly
Keep
don't
on
know
talking.
how you expect the
Personal
defensive player to
foul
stop in that
for hit out
situation.
of bounds against
He's
the
going full
Lancers.
speed. He doesn't know the kid dropped the ball.
No, he doesn't. He's playing his position and doing his job.
There's a 15-yard
So that
penalty
is,
to be
I don't
first
know.
down.
I'm not
And
saying
10 for the
Londonderry's playing
Bulldogs
well.
on
They're
the
definitely not
No.
playing well, but that is,
That call was pretty bad.
I mean, that's a game-changing call right there, and that does
Sure
not
is.
need to be made. He did not lay the kid out. He ran into him.
Down to 4
So
minutes.
big
4
break
now.
there for the Bulldogs. Big break. And they can take a commanding lead now. 1st and 10. Michael with the snap. Here comes the blitz.
Yeah,
He
it's
gets
up
it
in the
away. He
air,
just threw it
incomplete.
away. He saw
Pressured.
Colby
Michael
Ramshaw
pass
coming his
incomplete.
way and
Intended
said,
for number
I don't want any part of
21,
that.
Owen Christopher.
He was pressured, but he was able to get rid of the ball without being tackled, and that's why I admired him about this young man.
It actually hit off Christopher's helmet. I didn't see him there. I thought he was trying to throw to Zwickau, but it hit off Christopher's helmet. So now 2nd down and 10, 4:44 to go here, and I think we're still in the 2020 season.
Are we still on October 9th?
I think.
Is there still October 9th?
2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Probably going to get out-of-town scores by the time we get to halftime.
Oh, they
All
are.
kinds
That's
of motion and
Everybody
movement
was
and
moving.
Fumble
a
on the
fumble
I
on the
believe
snap.
it's
and
safe to say that it was against Bedford, but we'll wait.
They didn't throw a flag.
How could they not throw a flag in that? Both teams were.
I think the
Recovered by
center
Bulldogs,
snapped
number
it.
11, Alex Zwickau.
The center snapped it, and the line started to move. The quarterback just didn't know it was coming. So now it's 3rd down, and let's call it 10, maybe 11.
Brings up a 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Here we go again. This is
All right.
this is crucial, absolutely crucial.
This is huge play right now for the Lancers if they hope to get back into this ball game.
You see Sanchez going right across the middle.
Michael's going to roll to the right. He's under some pressure. He lets it go, and it's incomplete, short, intended
Good
for
pressure. Good
Kumbani.
away.
4th down now and 11. And what do you do at this? They're at the 17.
Good job by now.
So you try a 35-yard field goal, or you go for it on 4th and 11.
It's a tough call, and you're going to go for the field goal because you've got a decent lead. Even if you miss it, you're still in good command right now. Londonderry has not shown any reason to worry about him at this point.
It's like they're going for the field goal.
Yeah.
So this will be a
Definitely go for the field
34-yarder by the time they put it down.
This would be a heck of a kick for a high school.
Sure
kid.
would.
Michael on the kick for the Bulldogs.
So Joe Michael,
Of course. Who else?
he's going to try it. There's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good.
Wow.
And the field goal
I'm
is
impressed.
good.
I'm
And
impressed.
makes
So
the
Joe
score
Michael with a
as
34-yard
20
field goal,
for
and now with
Lancers
3:44
A high snap
left.
on the play too, and he brought it down.
Plenty of
and set
distance.
it.
He could have made that
Yeah.
from 45. 3:44 left, 20-0. Bedford on top of the Londonderry Lancers.
Moral victory maybe for the Lancers, no more than.
I mean, after they went for it on 4th down. They tried the fake punt on 4th down and didn't make it. It set them up at the 30-yard line. Then they got the penalty. They got them inside the 20-yard line, and then they got the kick. So 3 points just kind of given away. 3:44 left. Connor Howe back deep once again for the Lancers. Right in front of him we have Bowles, Reyes, Coleman.
Michael on the kick for the Bulldogs.
Michael's going to kick it again.
Maybe he can get down there and field it too.
Number 8, Connor Howe back for the Lancers.
You got quite a guy there, Michael. There. Bedford fans.
And this one's a high spinner, and Howe's going to take it. He takes it at the 15-yard line to the left-hand side. Has a little alley, has a little running room. Bounces to the outside, to the 40, 45, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A big return by number 8, Connor Howe.
Maybe that'll pump him up a little bit. We'll see.
Hit out of bounds by number 12, Joseph Michael. They'll bring up a Lancers first down and 10.
So let's see if they can get something here before halftime. They did defer, so they get the ball to start the second half. So maybe a drive here, you score,
Kind
you
of
get the ball
end
to
the half
start.
with a score or thereabouts, and
You
get the
hope.
ball at the beginning of the second half. Right, can make it a different game.
We haven't seen anything yet on the offense.
Not
No
at
first
all.
downs in the first half for the
And
Lancers.
no over the 50-yard line. They still have not made it over the 50-yard line.
So let's see if they can make it now. McEachern back at quarterback. We've got Reyes in motion. McEachern's going to keep it. He's up the middle, not a lot there, and he's swallowed up and brought down. And they're going to give him a yard or two out to the 49. Second down and long, and again, still not to the midfield mark yet.
No huddle.
2-yard gain, second down and
Oh, look
8.
at it. This is not. They get the right people in the right places, and they get on their assignments.
So Austin goes out. Robbie Durhack goes in at the tailback spot.
Clock's moving.
The 3-back, as they call it. McEachern calls the signals. Durhack goes in motion. He's going to fire down to the side. It's complete to Azadorian, and he is met and brought down, and that's Kumbani with the tackle. And no gain there at all.
They got to go downfield. They don't have to go to side. They must have been 35 in just so he could block. That was his assignment.
That was his assignment, but
and the guy come right up on him. He
Kumbani
got
snuck
nowhere.
right through there and made the play.
They still haven't got over the 50.
So not a lot working right now
No,
for the Lancers.
Not at all.
2:25. Clock continues to run here in the first half.
Yeah, Lancers do have 2 timeouts left.
McEachern going to throw again. He fires over the middle. Reyes has it. Reyes to the 40-yard line.
There it
To
is.
the
Over
38. Will Reyes.
Complete for number 4.
So McEachern completes to Reyes. That's the first down of the night for the
First
Lancers.
down of the Lancers. First time over the 50. A lot of firsts on that one.
First down.
Now they got to keep it moving. They got to put some points on the board. Simple as that. 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
I mean, we're going to find out now what the Lancers are made of. So they move the sticks. McEachern now has got Ramshaw to the left. Takes a snap, rolls out to the right-hand side, fires down the field. Caught again as a Dorian. to the 26-yard line. Another first down for the Lancers.
Moving, we're moving. No huddle offense.
That's good for another Lancer first down.
So McEachern getting on track now. 2 completions in a row, 2 first downs. We're at the 26-yard line of the Bedford Bulldogs. Snap, they're going to throw again. This one's a screen pass, a little too high for Durhack and falls onto the ground. Second down and 10 with 1:30 left here in the first half.
Looked like it was set up pretty good, and then all of a sudden it all fell apart.
Yeah, he had some running room.
Yeah, it looked like the opportunity was there.
Now Riley Bowles is in at the 3-back spot behind McEachern. Durhack trots off. Ramshaw split left. Azadorian split right. In the slot is Reyes. McEachern's going to keep it. Big hole up the middle. He gets inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. Just short of a first down. Be 3rd and short.
And again, no huddle.
We have a minute 15 left here in the first half, so not a lot of time to waste.
They do have 2 timeouts.
3rd and 1. McEachern hands to Bowles. Bowles, he's bottled up. Zwickau got in there. I don't think he got it. It's going to be very close.
Tackle made by number 11, Alex Zwickau.
So Riley Bowles up the middle.
Lance has called timeout. And as Eric says, it doesn't look like he made first down. So I think it's going to be 3rd and 1.
They actually called it an official timeout. So the Lancers are not going to get charged.
Well,
I don't think with the timeout.
What was the official timeout for? Do you know?
No, now they're saying
it's
on the Lancers. Yeah. The official said we're going to measure. So he called an official timeout.
Right. And they
but it was after the Londonderry called their timeout. So technically, to me, it should be an official timeout.
Of course, they're doing something. They're measuring, still measuring, so you don't.
That's a big timeout.
You can't charge them. I didn't think you could charge them a timeout because of the reason that you just said about the fact that they were doing a measurement.
Did they get it? Are they short? The refs are looking right at it. They can't even tell. Now they're short by about an inch. Fourth and an inch.
10 inches for the Lancers.
Talking about big plays.
I mean, this is crucial. You heard the Bedford coach say, watch the hard count. I mean, we've seen a few people get caught with that tonight.
Right, yeah.
59 seconds left. 20-0. Bedford Bulldogs on top of the Lancers.
One timeout.
Bowles is your deep back behind McEachern. We have Reyes split just to the left-hand side of McEachern. There's a snap. There's a hand. Bowles forward. He got it. He got to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Londonderry first down.
No, it's a clock. They shut the clock off, didn't they, to measure?
To move the chains, they do.
Okay, check it out.
All
right.
Number 6, Riley Bowles.
Critical.
So it's a first down.
That's good for Lancer. First down.
Clock running. 48, 47, 46.
Coach is yelling at him out there.
First down. Need to run a play here.
Haven't got all day, guys.
Ramshaw split left. McEachern's going to throw, looking that way. Pass is batted. McEachern caught it, but then fell down. You could run with that if you catch it off the rebound.
Right.
But as it is, he lost 5 yards. And timeout Londonderry, they're going to call.
They lost a lot of time on that,
timeout.
Eric. It was not handled well at all, I'm sorry to say.
And Coach Jimmy, not real happy about it.
And he shouldn't be.
So now that is, I guess you would count that a completed pass from McEachern to himself.
We'll bring up a second down. And
now, he lost yardage on it. Do you still call it?
20.
I guess you got to call it that. It couldn't be considered a backward pass of some sort. I'm just speculating. I'm just throwing
loss
out
of 5 on the play. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was behind the line of
scrimmage,
right?
It's one of those things that happens, but you don't. It doesn't happen often enough that you have a real ruling on it. But it's neither here nor there. What the story is 27 seconds left in the half. 20-0. Bedford is up on top of the Londonderry Lancers. Really, nothing has gone right for Londonderry so far in the first half.
As it could be for them.
And to add insult to injury, we had senior captain Eric Raza get hurt on a kickoff return. He has left the game to seek medical attention. So we wish nothing but the best for Eric Raza.
No
but
timeouts
right now,
left.
No timeouts.
No timeouts left. They got 27 seconds. I think they don't have much choice but to throw a couple of passes in towards the end zone, cut across something. I don't know. We'll see.
So tight coverage.
He's back.
Looks like they're going to try over the middle again. Reyes, he's got the catch inside the 5. He's down to the 2-yard line.
Down the ball.
21 seconds left.
Down the ball.
Direct snap to Bowles. He dives. Is he in? He's in for the touchdown. Riley Bowles on the direct snap. Gets in with 18 seconds left in the first half, and the Lancers are on the board.
2 quick plays. Successful. We have a game.
So a great throw and catch from McEachern, and a laying out catch by Will Reyes down to the 1-yard line. Direct snap to Bowles. He gets in. And now it's 20-6, and Fawcett is in for that extra point. And Bowles, he did the same thing that we saw Heenan do last week. Ryan ran off the field with the ball. They had to get a ball to kick. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So now with 18 seconds left in the first half, 20-7. So at least we have a ball game.
We have a ball game. And they did what we said they had to do before the half was up. They had to get some points on the board. It was tough. It was complicated, but they did. And again, it also shows the fact that they got Bedford got a field goal rather than a touchdown on that last drive. They settled for a field goal.
I mean, that's the thing. They've held them to 2 field goals in this game. It could be a vastly different story if that was not the case. It could be 28-0 or even worse. But as it is, it's 20-7 with 18 seconds left in the first half.
And guess who gets the ball at the beginning of the second half?
Londonderry, they deferred on the coin toss.
Right.
So the Lancers will get the ball to start the second half.
Out to kick off for the Lancers is number 11, Zach Fawcett.
Fawcett is your kicker.
Back deep for the Bulldogs, number 7, Aaron Scully.
Scully, yeah.
And number 10, Dylan Kumati.
And there's a kick.
It's kind of a squib kick, a hard play.
And it's dropped.
Down.
Ball's on the ground, still loose. And I think it was recovered. I think Sanchez might have got in on it, but I think that was Irwin that initially tried to catch it.
Right, he fumbled it. And, Sanchez, I believe, got down there just.
Yeah, so it was Irwin who muffed it, and
yeah.
Sanchez jumped on it. That could have been quite a series of events right there. 15 seconds left, first half. 20-7 is your score.
What do you think, Coach? Are they going to go for the bomb in the last 15 seconds, or are they just going to hand off and get what they can? And
looks like they're all bunched up. Looks like they're just going to either hand off or take a knee here. So we'll see. 15 seconds left. There's the snap, and Michael just takes that knee. Right. And Bedford will be content to go into halftime with the lead, 20-7. Lancers will get the ball to start the second half.
Lance has got the momentum at this point.
So the Londonderry Lancer band coming up at halftime, and we'll see you on the other side for some second half action.
Thank you, Bedford. Thank you for being involved with us. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hopefully everybody got to see the band we're very proud of do its thing, and the Lancer dances after that. So welcome back to football now. Eric, you want to give us a summation of what you would say happened in the first half, if it's possible, even though it's the longest first half in history?
A lot of Bedford and not a lot of Londonderry. So we had Joe Michael, the quarterback for Bedford, leading his team down the field. They settled for 3 the first time down, then they scored 2 touchdowns after that and got another field goal, a 34-yarder from Joe Michael. So a lot of offense from Bedford. Londonderry didn't get a first down until about 3 minutes left in the first half. Finally, we were able to drive it down the field, got a last-second touchdown dive from Riley Bowles, and that's where we stand right now by a score of 20-7. Bedford is leading Londonderry. So the Lancers will receive to start the second half, so hopefully they can take some of that momentum they got at halftime and move it forward here into the second half.
I noticed that most of the people in the stands have taken their jackets and zippered them up and kind of put their hands inside the jacket sleeves. It's getting a little chilly.
It's a nice fall night here in New Hampshire.
It's a nice fall night.
So Connor Howe goes back deep once again, and he had a great return last time to set up that scoring drive. So hopefully he can get another return here and get things set up. Also, if you missed it in the first half, an unfortunate injury to senior captain Eric Raza, seeking medical attention right now, and we wish him nothing but the best. He's a kid that just loves the game of football and loves being around it. And we feel really badly for him. Here's a kickoff to start the second half, and they're going to put it down in the corner this time, and it does bounce out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty, and that's going to set the Lancers up in pretty good field position. And I tell you, I was just looking down the sidelines here, and I said, what happens? Watch this hit by Will Reyes after the ball goes out of bounds, just along the sidelines, and there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So that's sending a message here to start the second half.
Oh, so why did they didn't throw a flag on it?
I don't think anybody was watching it. I think the ref was watching the ball down in the corner, and I don't think he saw that.
Ball on their own 35-yard line.
So now the 35.
Like the same lineup as we had in the first half, other than lost our man there.
So yeah, McEachern's going to be back at quarterback, and Trevor Weinman getting some more time in now with Raza being out. They have Weinman. He's in on the wing on the left-hand side. In the slot, we have Reyes, and on the right, we have Azadorian. Weinman going in motion. McEachern's going to keep it. Scoots past the 40, out towards the 45, and very close to a first down. So
it's up the way they spot it.
They mark it right at the 45, and I mean, the drive started at the 35, so that's got to be a first down, right?
It should be.
There you go. They move the sticks. First down, Lancers.
Touching the white line. It's right there.
And now Connor Howe getting some time at split end. He split to the left. Azadorian wide right. Howe goes in motion. And they give it to Howe this time. Speedy around the right side makes a move. And he's past midfield to about the 49. So the Lancers coming out and moving the ball here to start the second half.
Good pickup on first down. That's what you asked for. 6 yards.
Once again, we want to welcome all of you listening and watching from Bedford tonight. I know visiting fans can't come to the games. It's the only way to see the game. So if you're watching BC TV Channel 23, thanks very much, or the High Def Channel, Channel 1072. High definition. McEachern with a pitch now, and Hayden Austin cuts to the inside, scoots over the 45, and a first down to the 43-yard line.
You can see what the thought is here. We can run the ball, and we can control the ball and get some more points on a scoreboard. They're on the move.
So Seaman was in that time, as well as Jake Narr making the blocks on the left-hand side. Seaman now is going to be on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he splits over. Waiting for maybe they're changing the play.
McEachern changing the play. They're saying he's lined up off sides. Number 74 is lined up in the neutral zone.
Look at it, he's way in there.
Backs off a little bit. There's a snap. And McEachern's going to keep it, not get anything out of it.
Maybe being positive about it, Eric.
No gain on the play.
Like I said, no gain on the play. Isn't that what I said?
I think that's what you said, right?
I said, yeah, they all agree with me in here. Yeah, that's what I said.
There you go. I heard you.
Okay.
Second down and 10 now, and
I'm enjoying my chair, by the way.
That chair's great.
Yeah.
You get the sturdy chair. I don't know what they do to it at halftime. Last time I stood up for a minute and I sat back down and they sandbagged me. So Seaman now split to the right-hand side, as a Dorian to the left-hand side.
Azadorian's had a good year.
Sure-handed receiver is what they call him.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah.
Up the middle again. No, it's a keeper. McEachern puts on the moves. First down. So Jake McEachern moving the ball now. Another first down that he picked up.
We may have an injury to 22.
Azadorian now making some blocks.
I just mentioned him. He's hurting in some way.
So I don't know why they marked him back. How do they mark him short of that?
I have no idea in the world.
He carried the ball close to the 30-yard line. I don't know how the referee marks him down at the 35.
I have no idea. I wish I could
give
you an answer to that.
That is horrific.
Are they saying his knee was down before?
His knee was not down before
I
that.
didn't know. I'm just speculating. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how you make that spot. He was clearly past the first down marker before he went down. Forward progress.
Whistle called on the play.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
How do you call that forward progress?
Due respect to everybody.
I tell you, there's some phantom calls here tonight. I don't ordinarily complain about officials, but I mean that is
one over there in the corner. Though.
Yeah, there's been a couple here tonight that are suspect at best. This time it's Austin up the middle, and
you think it's a first down?
I don't know. Let's check with him. Did he call that a first down? Oh, now he says move the sticks. Thanks, Mr. Referee. So Lancers pick up 2 first downs and 2 plays at the same spot. Well, now it's first and 10 at the 31-yard line with 9:25, and the clock is running. McEachern once again hands up the middle, and Austin wrapped up and brought down for a short gain there.
Maybe two.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
Fawcett comes out of the game, and Howe goes back into the game, and Coach Lozon just trying to juggle things around and try to find something that works with Eric Raza being out of the lineup. Howe in motion. He's going to get the sweep on the end around, stumbles a little bit, and gets hit and brought down right back at the line of scrimmage. So
on the run to break, Connor Howe.
A little bit of problem with the stumble over there.
10,
I don't think he was bothered. I think he just simply stumbled. Right here.
Yeah.
He stumbled, or he might have been able to get around that guy. I don't know.
They call that the turf monster. The turf monster will come up and grab you sometimes.
Estonian's back in the game, 22.
So he was a little shaken up earlier, so he split to the left. Lucas Seaman to the right. Big 3rd down and 8 play for the Lancers. And they jumped.
Offside. No question about it. Bedford was offside.
So Bedford jumps.
That's a big 5 yards. They had 3rd and like 8, so this makes it 3rd and 3, and pretty well answers the question, what do we do if it comes to 4th down? Don't have to try to guess that now.
No, I mean, the Lancers need to score on this drive,
Right.
and then you get it back to 1-score ball game. I mean, it was almost going to be a 4-score game if Bedford had scored again before the half.
That's
so
true.
This is big. So the Lancers on the move. McEachern sends Reyes in motion. Fakes to Reyes. Holds it. Fires over the middle. A little bit too high. Pass was intended for Jake Nahr, number 2. Incomplete. 4th and 3 now.
Right. Now, if it was 4th and 8, it's a different scenario than 4th and 3.
4th down.
I think they're obviously going to go for it. I don't even think they're going to consider a field goal or anything like that. But it's a big play. It's a huge play. They stopped there.
Reyes in motion once again. They try to get him to jump once again. So now Reyes and Seaman to the right-hand side, and we've got Azadorian Lone to the left-hand side. McEachern with Austin behind him. Takes the snap, pitch to Austin, short side, tries to turn it up the field, dives forward. It looks like he's got enough for a first down.
Let's wait till the referees mark the ball for us,
yeah,
Eric.
well, it's forward progress, you know. It's a tricky thing.
No question in my mind from this angle he made it, but
looks like he dove and got himself to the
Right.
20-yard line,
Right.
but it's going to be. I mean,
measure?
these spots. How do they mark that at the 22-yard line?
I don't know. He was down around the 20 the way I see
Official
it.
timeout for a measurement.
I mean, that is not a good spot.
Wow.
If they could come up here and watch the replay, we'd love to show it to him because he got to the 20-yard line. He got to the 20-yard line on the replay. They marked it at the 22.
He's not going to make it then because of that.
That is ridiculous. Absolutely a ridiculous call.
We got to replay it, or is it already gone
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
We already saw the replay.
Yeah, but I mean,
He started to go down. He dove forward, and
that's
his
what I
knee
seen. He
did
was
not
over
touch the
line.
ground.
He was over that line, the 20-yard line. He was over it.
And he got it to the 20-yard line, and that is not good.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 22-yard line.
So Bedford takes over 1st and 10. And a 20-7 lead with 8:06 remaining in the third quarter. So now the defense needs to step it up. And there's a throw on 1st down out to Sanchez. Bowles overruns it, then comes back. They make the play. Sanchez brought down. Ball's on the ground.
He's not going to.
And he called him down as well.
Yep, they're going to. Boy, is this amazing.
Let's check the replay, see if he was down.
Yeah.
Sanchez with the catch. He's still moving forward. He was down. He was down.
That's
We'll give him
correct
credit
call.
on that one. Good
Yep,
call, ref.
I'm gonna take it away from him. Unlike, yes, we'll give him credit.
That's good. Second down and 3. Second down and 7 after a 3-yard gain, I should say. Second down and 7. So quick flip out to Sanchez. And a short gain. 7:22 remaining in the third quarter. 20-7 Bedford on top of Londonderry. There's a snap, handoff to Christopher. Christopher goes around the left side. And he's got some room, and he's tripped up and brought down at the 30-yard line.
Should be 3rd down.
3rd down and about 1.5 yards to go.
Azadorian. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs.
So a big 3rd down here. Owen Christopher with the carry there. 3rd down for the Bulldogs with a 13-point lead and 6:40 remaining in the third quarter. Aaron Scaling split out to the right-hand side. Sanchez in the slot. And a blitz and a hand up the middle, and it goes nowhere.
Beautiful play.
What a stop. They brought the house. Look at Jake Nahr. Jake Nahr just on a mission tonight.
What a hit.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
And it was a fumble.
It was down.
It was a fumble,
got
and the
the ball.
Lancers got it. Jake Nahr with a huge stick on the exchange.
Another opportunity here. This time it's got to go.
So a great play by the defense there.
First down and 10 for the Lancers on the Bulldog 28.
Approaching 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
So let's see what the Lancers can do with it. McEachern's going to keep it. Tries the short side. He's hit just past the 25. Gets to about the 24-yard line. So a 4-yard gain on first down.
Not bad.
By number 21, Owen Christopher.
I don't think they're going to huddle up. Nope, they're not huddling up. They're coming.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down and 6.
They're looking to the sidelines, waiting for the call. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Azadorian and Reyes split to the left-hand side. McEachern takes a snap. Handoff to Austin. Flag is down on the play. Austin goes forward past the 20 to about the 17, but we're going to have to wait and see what that flag is. And it looks like it's going to be against Londonderry. I saw him point that way. Illegal procedure once again. Illegal formation.
Called against the Lancers.
Didn't have 7 at the line or what? So I wonder what he's going to just simply give us a sign.
So they're going to back him up 5 yards, and what was second down and 6 is now going to be second down and 11.
The result of the penalty is a 5-yard penalty. Second down and 11 for the Lancers.
I mean, I think in the first 2 games we saw Londonderry get, what, 3 total penalties?
Yeah, that's what I say. They seem to have been out of sync quite a bit tonight. And they've all been, for the most part, they've been 5-yard penalties, but at critical times. Okay.
So now
Oh, he's got
McEachern
running
rolling
room.
left.
He's
He
got running
fires over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete, intended for Colby Ramshaw.
I thought he had a lot of running room. The way he runs,
Broken up by number 3, Hayden Cheney.
So he rolls out here to the left, and you can see fires it, jump. Cheney once again got his hand on it. Cheney's having a game tonight.
He's having a great game. He's got 2 interceptions. One interception.
One
and a
interception.
fumble.
Fumble caused or fumble recovered, I don't recall, but Reyes goes in motion now. It's 3rd and 11. Tried to get him to jump. They did not jump. Reyes comes back to the left-hand side. McEachern dropping back. He's in the pocket. Fires, and it's just a little bit too far. Intended for Connor Howe. He just let him a little bit too far on that one.
He had plenty of time. He had no pressure on him whatsoever. Unfortunately, now we're 4th and 11. You know, if I was right now, I would tell my team, don't worry about trying to draw him off by 5 yards. Let's play the game and play our plays. And if our plays work, he'll do the job.
5:16 left, 4th down, 11 yards to go for the Lancers. Ball at their own, at the Bedford 29-yard line. McEachern's going to roll to the left. Lots of room in front of him, but he fires to the corner. Reyes bobbles it and cannot hold on to it down inside the 10-yard line. So the Lancers going to turn it over on downs.
Almost there.
It was there. There's the throw, and you can see just a bobble.
Yeah, he did the best he could, but he should have had it. Being honest about it.
So now it's 20-7, 1st and 10 for Bedford. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the Lancers really need to get something going. Last time they got a big turnover on defense. They're going to be looking for that once again.
Take advantage of these things.
It's interesting. Bedford right now, you know, they want to use as much clock as possible, but their offense is predicated on a lot of throws.
Absolutely.
So they don't really have a ground and pound game. So Michael with the snap, and he's going to throw on first down. Fires it complete. And it's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on first down, 7 yards.
Number 11. Correction, number 10, Dylan Kumbani.
So Kumbani with the catch there. He's had himself a game, too. A touchdown reception in the first half.
And, of course, Sanchez had a great game. Cheney's had a great game. They got 3 or 4 particular players that are really their whole team, both offensively and defensively. But they do a great job, and they're complemented by a lot of good players, too.
Sanchez and Kumbani to the right. Irwin is in the backfield behind Michael. Scaling split to the left. They drop back. He's going to hit Irwin, and no one is out there covering him right now. And he gets past the 40, tripped up by Lucas Seaman, and he's down at the 44-yard line, and a flag comes in at the end.
Why?
I don't know. Let's see what happens here at the end of the play. There's a tackle.
Down.
And what?
Oh, he's saying, I don't know what he's saying.
I mean,
let him play football.
Two guys are tangled up.
Oh, come on. Sorry, folks from Bedford. I don't mean to sound like a homer, but you gotta.
You had two kids. Kumbani was trying to block Reyes. Reyes is trying to get off the block and get to the ball carrier. Reyes threw him off of him. Wow. You can hear the Londonderry fans not particularly happy about that.
Problem is, you can't do anything about it. Bedford's got to be thrilled. They're coming down 4 minutes left in the third quarter, have the ball, and getting a little bit of assistance, and I won't say from where, and it's going well. Can you call that? Thank you.
And they jumped on that one.
Yeah, just a movement by one of the linemen.
Against the Bulldogs.
I coined a term back when I was doing the PA announcing for a Wildcats game, a youth football game here. It was a game much like this, and I called it Flagapalooza. And I think that's what we have here tonight, Flagapalooza, Part 2. .420 remaining here in the third quarter. .20-7 lead for Bedford. And they're just going to take their sweet time.
Oh, yeah, why not? Why not?
There's a snap. There's a hand to Irwin. Irwin wrapped up, and Jake Narr says no. That's 2 in a row now that Irwin got manhandled by Jake Narr. I don't think he wants any more number 2 tonight.
That's right on him.
Second down and 17 for Bedford.
So a big loss, 2nd and 17.
Ray's was over there too, along with Nah. Every time Ray's hit somebody, they throw a flag on him.
Two of the senior defensive stalwarts there, Narr and Reyes. 2nd and 17. Irwin goes in motion. Michael's going to throw. He's under pressure. He scrambles up the middle, fires, and it's caught.
All Michaels on that one. All Michaels.
He came up in the pocket. He got hit after he threw. He did complete the pass to Sanchez. And it's going to bring 3rd and let's call it 4 yards to go.
Number 18, Colby Ramshaw.
3 yards to go.
Brings up a 3rd down and 3 ball on the 34-yard line.
Great job by, if it's done right, and in other words, he did a great job. The quarterback did a great job of getting out of a mess. You got to give him credit for that.
Oh, it was a great play. Yeah. Michael's, he's been sharp all night. Climbed up in the pocket, fired it over the middle. There's a snap, 3rd and 3. They get through. It's a screen pass.
Nice call.
Zwickau on the screen pass, and he's got enough for the first down inside the 30-yard line.
Michael's pass complete to number 11, Alex Zwickau.
So a senior, Zwickau, 6'2", 215, tight end, linebacker.
Ball on the Lancer, 27-yard line.
And the clock just keeps on ticking, and that is not good for the Lancers right now.
Looking at the clock, it seems to me that the way that Bedford's taking its time now, we might end this third quarter with Bedford at the ball and down in the Lancer territory.
So Michael with Irwin behind him, scaling to the right-hand side, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, fires out. Kumbani has it, makes a move, makes a man miss, still on his feet, inside the 20 to the 15 before he's finally brought down. So a big gain by Dylan Kumbani.
Should have
Number
replayed
10,
how to get that open.
Dylan Kumbani.
Oh, he's by himself. They got a
On the
blocker
tackle
in
for the
front.
Lancers, number 22,
So he went inside on Bowles, he went outside on O'Loughlin, finally brought down by Azadorian.
Bedford, first down and 10.
And it's a
all
tough
on the
assignment for
Bedford
Azadorian,
14.
who hasn't played a lot of defense, and he's playing that where Eric Raza normally
Raza,
plays, that
right.
free safety position. Raza's been playing free safety on the varsity team for 3 years. He was
Big
injured in the
loss.
first half. So
Big
now,
loss, big loss.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Person out
There's a
wide.
handoff this time, and
Oh,
Irwin
missed it.
makes
I think they
it
wear
through
him
the
down.
first contact, and that's a nice gain on 1st down inside the 10.
Seems to me that it looks like that the Lancers are getting worn down the defense right at this point. They're being punished.
Bedford's had the ball the
Gain of
majority of the
5 on
game.
play.
Yeah.
Second
And,
down and 5.
It's a great offensive game plan by Coach Matthews and his staff over there.
Impressive, very impressive. Yeah,
I mean, they had to notice. I mean, Londonderry played 2 wing T teams that just basically run, and they had noticed that the run up the middle probably wasn't going to work too much, so they spread them out, and they've been throwing the ball around. And Michael's been great.
he sure has. There he
And he's
goes.
firing again to the end zone. His man fell down.
Right.
Sanchez, he was open. He had a
was
step.
definitely open. He looked like touchdown to me, but he slipped or fell or tripped or whatever. Right there.
I mean, he was all
Nobody
alone.
touched him. He was by himself.
And
Yeah.
5.
So 3rd and 5 now from the 9-yard line. You have to think if they don't make it here on 3rd down, they'll kick the
Get
field
the
goal
field
and
goal. Yeah.
go up
Yeah.
16 points with about a quarter left in the game. 1:04 remaining.
They're spreading them out.
Bedford coach gets a warning for being out on the field. You need to get back, coach. So Michael now on 3rd and 5 from the 9-yard line. Drops back, fires, intended for Sanchez,
Good job. Good
and
job
it's
breaking
broken
that
up there.
By Seaman, I believe.
And Reyes came over at the end and put a lick on him right there.
Yeah.
So Seaman and Reyes
Yep.
combined on that coverage. 4th down, and it looks like they are going to kick it.
Yeah, they're going to go for the field goal, which makes all the sense.
On to kick.
So Joe Michael will try now, and this one will be a 25-yarder. Snap is high. It's down. It's blocked. It's blocked
Wow.
on the
Big
ground
time.
and recovered, and that is fortunate. Bowlesy got in there. Riley Bowles.
I don't know. Is he the one that got the hand on it?
Yes, he
Thought it
is.
was,
Riley Bowles, number 6, dove, laid out for it.
6, Riley Bull.
Yeah.
So the Lancers get out of dodge, so to speak, with no points on the board there. 50 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 20-7 is your score.
First down and 10 on their own 17-yard line.
Bulls is the one who scored our touchdown, and that makes a key play to keep the game close.
Riley's always been one of my guys. It's one of my guys. So McEachern trying to get something going here for the Lancers in the second half. Takes a snap. Hands off. It's going to be coming around the end, and it's Weinman, and nothing there for Weinman. Looks like a loss on the play.
Lancers, number 21, Trevor Weinman.
Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
He needed a block by number 12 on
Finn
that
O'Neill
one.
on the tackle.
Oh, that's
for the
all put it up.
Bulldogs.
Austin.
Gain of 2 for the Lancers. Second down and 8.
So he did give him 2 yards. McEachern this time is going to hand off to Reyes, and Reyes tripped up. Not a lot there on the right side either.
Number 4, Will Reyes on the carry.
And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter with your score.
Dylan Kumbani.
Bedford 20, Londonderry 7.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So the Lancers are 12 minutes away from a 14-game winning streak being erased.
I noticed, just for folks interested in just watching the game, that the Lancers, I don't know if they have a reverse in their package. The pursuit by Bedford, though very good, and it has been continuously, at least from my sight of seeing, trying to figure out an avenue in which to advance the ball, I think that they're chasing to the point where you can reverse and you can have an open field or certainly a lot of running room. Just something. If you notice on both those running plays, they put one to one end and then the other to the other end.
Well, I mean, Bedford's a team that there's so much team speed.
Yeah.
You're rarely going to beat them to the outside. I mean,
Right,
they
I
have,
know.
like we said, they've been running 4 receiver spreads all night. They have fast guys on the outside, and so you're trying to beat them at their own game, essentially. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 as we start the fourth quarter at their own 19-yard line, and I mean they're running out of to do something now. Chance, you know?
They're at a point now that every possession has to literally be a threat of a score or a score. They can't go 3rd and 8 or 4th and 3 down here. They can't go for it. They got to get rid of it. I mean, Bedford did knock off 4 minutes.
The Lancers ball on their own 19-yard line.
20-7 is your score. 3rd down. 8 yards to go at the 19-yard line. McEachern waits for the snap. Reyes goes in motion. McEachern's going to throw. He drops back. He fires one down the field. Wyman's open. He's got it at the 40. He trips. And the ground cannot cause a fumble. It's a 1st down at the 43-yard line.
Nice call, nice play, nice work.
So Wyman kind of ran the wheel route coming out of the slot position, got open, and then the turf monster got him too. The turf monster just keeps jumping up and tripping people tonight.
On the Lancer 43-yard line.
All right, so 1st down for the Lancers at their own 43. 11:42. Clock
Big
is
play,
running.
Give 'em time. There is time. It's just you gotta make use of your opportunities when you got it.
McEachern on the quarterback draw. He's got an opening, and he's got past midfield into Bedford territory, close to a 1st down.
I just want to say to the Bedford people, hopefully they're enjoying the game. I'm sure they are. They're leading, and hopefully we'll continue to have a great game to finish it. Will make everybody excited.
It's a design quarterback draw. He dropped back like he was going to pass and then just pulled it down and took off. Be good to see McEachern going. He had 200 yards in the 1st game rushing. This time it's going to be Wyman. Wyman gets around the corner, gets hit, but he's got a 1st down.
Right, he got a beautiful block. I want to see if I can catch you through the block.
That's good for Lancer. 1st down.
So he's brought down there by number 39, Finn O'Neill. Love that name. Finn O'Neill.
Well, we want to make you happy.
Well, I mean, that's a good Irish name right there. I mean, you can't beat that.
No, you can't. No.
McEachern again up the
He
middle.
called his own number on that one from beginning to end. That was
Inside the 40.
Nice yardage. This drive means everything right now.
Tackle made by number 3.
We're coming up on 10.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Lancers trailing by 13. Got a big block. So far tonight, they've blocked an extra point. They blocked a field goal. Second down and 5. McEachern's going to throw now. Waiting, firing. Trying for Wyman once again. Wyman kind of cut off the route. It looked like McEachern thought he was going to keep going.
I think it was a trouble play. If the ball was thrown downwards, I think it would have been intercepted myself. Because Wyman gave up on a route or went the wrong direction or whatever. They knew better than that.
3rd down and 4.
So Kambani was there waiting for him. Not a lot of opening on that play. That was the same play that they ran to get the big 1st down earlier on the drive. 3rd down and 4 now. Bowles is in the backfield, firing out to the flat, and no one home that time.
I don't know where he was throwing it.
It was intended for Colby Ramshaw. I think he cut it short when he saw that defensive lineman jump up.
Hey, we're going to 4th down here. We got to go for it. 4 down 4, and Bedford will take over in good territory if we don't make it. And it also will take a lot of clock off. So it's a big play.
4th down, 4 yards to go. Got to have it if you're the Lancers. McEachern fires out to Bowles. Bowles puts his head down, gets across the 40-yard line. It's going to be very close.
Well, let's see if they mark it fairly this time. I'd say.
And they do not make it.
Turnover on down.
They do not make the first down. And that is the second or third time tonight they've been stuffed on 4th down. And
it was only like, I believe, missed it by a half, maybe a football.
All on their own 35-yard line.
So now 10:03 remaining, 4th quarter, 20-7 is your score. Bedford up on top of Londonderry. Joe Michael trying to lead one more drive here and put this one away. Lancers trying to prevent that from happening. Zwickau with a quick motion to the right. They're going to hand off, and it's Irwin, and not a lot there. Ian Ward, he busted through the line and tripped him up.
Maybe it's a 35.
Danny Gear, actually, and Ian Ward, 52-53.
Come limping off. Nar's limping off. He's limping
That's
pretty
not
seriously.
good. Do not like to see these injuries.
Taking his time, Bedford. Taking his time. No rush.
9:28 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Michael's going to try the middle again. A big opening and a first down, and Irwin's on his horse to the 45, to the 40, and spun down at the 37-yard line of Londonderry.
Untouched going through the line. Obviously, great call. Untouched.
Aiden O'Loughlin with the eventual tackle. And that's a big first down.
Yes, it is. It changes field position significantly and allows Bedford to be an opportunist.
And Jake Nair now getting attention from the trainers on the sidelines.
Right.
It's a big defensive stalwart for the Lancers.
Sure is.
And looks like the Lancers getting ready to blitz. Here goes Reyes up the middle, but they fake the handoff, fired out to Scaling on the right-hand side, and he's got a good gain on first down.
Got about 7 yards in that, maybe 8.
I mean, if you're Bedford, you got to know that the Lancers are selling out on every play now, and they need a turnover, so play into that. Fake the handoff up the middle, and
Just throw it
quick,
off to the
quick,
side, either side.
quick shot to the side, and easy yardage. Clock continues to run. We're at the 8:20 mark in the 4th quarter.
Just for information of the Lancer people, we do play Wyndham next Friday night at 7. Hope you can join us at that time.
There's a quick pass to the outside. Kambani once again makes one man miss. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. O'Loughlin with the recovery. So Dylan Kambani caught it.
They needed to get back in this game. It's now or never.
Kambani caught it. And who stripped it out?
It's loose.
That's 22, Azadorian. So Azadorian got his hand in there, stripped the ball away. Aiden O'Loughlin jumps on it, and the Lancers still have some life.
Right, still have some life, but there's no choice now but to get some points.
And we're at 8 minutes remaining. 20-7 is the lead for Bedford, but Londonderry just got a break. They got the ball. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Trips over here.
Trips to the right. Wyman goes in motion. McEachern keeps it. He's got an opening past the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Tackled from behind and thrown out of bounds. That was Hayden Cheney on the tackle. And I mean,
that's good.
Nice block. Hayes with a nice block to open it up.
It's the first time that McEachern's got some running room tonight to really turn on the Jets a little bit, and he gets it out past midfield, and a big gain for the Lancers. First down and 10, fumble on the snap. McEachern keeps it, tucks it, and he's just going to run out of bounds after picking up a yard or two.
Made something out of nothing on that one because of the fumble of the ball.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down.
So we got a couple.
And 8.
7:48 remaining. Got out of bounds in the last 2 plays, and Drew Heenan into the game right now. McEachern flexing his right hand. I'm not sure what happened there, but sophomore Drew Heenan comes in. Wyman in motion. Heenan's going to keep it. Heenan makes a move, puts his head down to the 45, and he's brought down there. It's going to be 3rd, and let's call it 6 or 7 for the Lancers.
10, Drew Heenan.
Have you seen him on the sidelines? Are they working on him for any reason?
Kind of flexing his right hand, McEachern is, and
okay.
Squeezing it and flexing it. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but Heenan got some time last week, the sophomore.
Right, he showed himself well. He really did.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 6. Wyman shuffles out to the side. Bowles is behind Heenan. Reyes goes in motion now, and Heenan's going to throw. He fires one down the field, and it's going to be a little bit too far intended for Colby Ramshaw. So they tried to take a shot down the field.
For number 18, Colby Ramshaw.
Just overthrown there to Ramshaw. 4th down now, and I think the Lancers have no choice but to go for it. It looks like McEachern's lobbying to go back into the game, and it looks like he will go back into the game.
We're waiting on seeing if he's going back in or not, and it doesn't look like they're going to put him in. Oh, he's holding him off.
Let's get the 6. Get the 6.
Need the 6 now. Time is only...
So they try to draw him off sides. That did not work. 6:56 to go here in the 4th quarter. Heenan takes a snap. He's going to roll out to the left-hand side, trying to square up the shoulders, stops, drops the ball, loses the ball. And that is a fumble. I mean, it was 4th down either way, but
he had nowhere to go.
See if there was anyone open over there. Could not square up and throw it, and then just drop the ball. And
on the recovery for the Bulldogs, number 74, Sam Lacombe.
Well, they've had their chances several times in the second half. They had chances to move downfield, no matter who's in there, and they haven't been able to do it for one reason or another. You're looking at a little less than 7 minutes left.
so we're going to call that not great.
No.
So the defense needs to stop now, and we've got some
flag
going to call us for jumping
offside,
offsides.
Yep. Lance's offside.
So everyone just so anxious to try to get in there and
Cause a fumble.
Cause something. 6:48 left in the 4th quarter, 27. So McEachern, he had it was I believe some kind of pinched nerve or something in the first half last week, and you don't know when that can get re-aggravated or anything like that. When some again, we can't speculate on injuries, but he was flexing the hand and moving his right arm. So hopefully everything's okay with him. He is back over talking with coach right now, going over some plays. So we'll see if he's back out here in the 4th quarter. And Lancers now 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs. Lancers jumped off sides, and they got to be careful. They're going to be sending the house, but you don't want to send it too early. So Irwin gets the handoff, turns the corner, gets back to around the line. 2nd down and 5. Bedford content now. They don't need to get more yards.
They're just going to take their time, and why wouldn't they?
On the tackle for the Lancers, number 52, Dan Gear.
Dan Gear's one of those guys that he just grinds it out game after game. Offensive line, defensive line. I mean, he plays guard, he plays nose tackle, defensive tackle. I mean, he's just in the trenches.
The famous jack of all trades, so to speak.
Yeah, he's just in the trenches down there, and he's just
yeah,
just a football player, you know.
Yeah, gotcha.
Senior, had a great career. Second down and 5 from the 48-yard line. Snap. And they're going to throw. They're going deep. It's intended for scaling, and it's a little bit too far. Aiden O'Loughlin with good coverage there.
He threw it a mile from over that angle, so they got it out there, but there was no hope in that one.
3rd down and 5.
Actually, they give us a break. in my opinion. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it stops the clock.
1st down and 5. Now it's 3rd down and 5. And then stopped the clock and gave us a little more life.
Incomplete pass does stop the clock. 5:50 remaining. 20-7 is your score. Bedford up on top. It's been just tough sledding all night for the Lancers.
Yeah, it has been. Start to finish, it really has been. Give credit to Bedford on it, though, too.
So now Kambani is out to the right. Bunch formation for Bedford. Going to hand it off to Sanchez, and he's going to be stopped
Number 1.
just around the 45-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2, and I can't imagine they're not going to punt this away.
4th down and 3 for the Bulldogs.
No question the punt. Well, Eric, we got 5:30 left. Clock is moving.
So this is one of those situations. Again, Eric Raza, the senior captain, injured in the first half, had to be taken off the field, and there was a little confusion as to who's going to go back and receive this punt. And now it's Nick Azadorian,
Bulldogs is number 1.
another senior wide receiver who's had to do a lot of filling in as we've gone through the night.
Azadorian.
5:05 and the clock is running. I would imagine Bedford's going to take their sweet time. Here's the snap. Sanchez with the kick.
Almost blocked.
Almost blocked. It bounces. No one's really near it, and it is touched by Bedford at the 21-yard line.
Right. He tried to make it look like he didn't touch it, but he did.
So McEachern is going back into the game. He just got a little dinged up and flexed the hand there. And
Well, we've said it several times, but there's absolutely no question this drive has to result in a touchdown.
I think we've said that the last 5 drives.
I know.
So Dylan McEachern will be back out there at quarterback. Heenan's night ends with a run, an incomplete pass, and a fumble. Not really the stats you're looking for.
No.
20-7, 4:53 to go. McEachern trying to rally the troops. Here we go. He's got this one. He's going to pitch it to the outside. Weinman. Kambani comes up, can't make the tackle. Bumped once again, and finally out of bounds. A flag is thrown in the backfield, and I don't know what they're going to call this.
They were both on the ground the last I seen, and the flag
Let's
went out.
watch the replay. They call it with the action back here.
Okay.
I don't know what they're calling that.
Holding called against the Lancers.
What
They
was
called
it?
that a hold.
Awful late to call it a hold behind the play.
So another penalty against the Lancers, and the penalties have just added up. It's been
Well, right there. I think that you got him right there, grabbing him. Number 12, yeah.
I mean, it's one of those calls. You can't argue it. I mean, it's
No,
it's
it's called. It's
you hold them, you hold them.
the problem with that, a play like that, is it happened behind the action.
Right.
and
It's
there was
10
no
yards from the
need,
spot of
really.
the foul,
Right.
which is never good. Actually, did they move it back? They didn't. No. Hold on. The other ref just counted it off. They're like, no, you got to go back. It's a 10-yard penalty, guys. Lancers was like,
Good try.
We'll take a
Good
2-yard
try.
penalty. No, holding's 10 yards still.
Good try. Got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Never give up.
So now 1st and 22
They'll make it a first down and
from their own 9-yard line.
Lancers.
And McEachern's going to throw. Fires tipped at the line, intercepted,
That's about it.
and it's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's number 21, Owen Christopher, with the interception off the tip ball.
Yeah.
McEachern's pass
And there it is,
intercepted by
It's
number
tipped at the
21.
line. That was number 77, Magnus Steele.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs on the Lancer 18.
Down to 4.5 minutes left in the game, and Bedford seems to have this game well under control now. Not over till it's over, but was it Yogi Berra? Is that the one that said that?
Yeah, I think it was Yogi Berra, yeah. The great
Great.
Yogi Berra.
A great Yankee catcher, right? Yep. See, Whitey Ford died today. I don't mean to change subject, but
No,
one
I
of the
saw
great
that as
lefty
well.
Pitches, one of the great lefty pitchers of all time. Yankee also.
Irwin right up the middle and a big chunk of yardage on first down.
Russell Irwin on the carry.
4:28 and counting, 20-7,
On
and
the play by number
Bedford's
4,
got the
Will
ball.
Grace.
at the, let's call it the 12-yard line, second down and 4.
Right. There'll be a no rush, no reason to.
Dan Gear comes out, and Eric Brown went into the game, another senior lineman. So Bedford still in the spread. Second down, 4 yards to go. Zwickau moves from the right to the left. Michael just hands off to Irwin. He's wrapped up and brought down. Not a lot there. It's Colby Ramshaw on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 18, Colby Ramshaw. No gain on the play. It remains third down, 4 to go.
Three and a half minutes left. 20-7. Bedford is in the lead. They have third down and 5 at the Londonderry 13-yard line.
Bedford's been in the lead from the start of the game.
It's been tough sledding for the Lancers all night.
All night. Right, can't get a like movement in Bedford lineman.
They're just going to hand it to Irwin again. He's kind of squeaks through. He gets it close to the 10-yard line. I think he's going to be short, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Where'd they mark it? Okay.
Fourth down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
So 4th and 2. I mean, did they kick it, or did they just run it?
I was going to ask you the same question. Do you kick it? They have obviously a very good kicker.
I mean, I think at this point you would just run it.
Yeah,
let the clock run down.
Yeah,
I think you just told the ref, we're going to let it run down to right before you're about to call a penalty.
You only need 2 yards. You may get a first down out of it and pretty well wipe out the clock for the rest of the game. If you go for the field goal and somehow miss it, it gives a little bit of life left to the Lancers, but that's about it.
So we're under 2.5 minutes, and they do call the timeout. Bedford calls timeout, so they don't get the delay of game with 2:22 left.
They ran it down as far as they could.
That is their first timeout.
4th and 2. I mean, a first down, then it's taking knee time.
Yeah.
Lancers stop them. They can try to get something going.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Lancers' next game will be next Friday night.
So one more home game.
Yeah. First 4 games at home.
The Wyndham Jaguars.
And then on the road, then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. They might have a playoff game here. They might not have a playoff game here. They might have neutral site playoff games if we even make it to the playoffs.
I was going to say, who knows if, know, with the virus, who knows what the heck. They may stop everything. There's no way of knowing at this point.
We do not know. But if there's a game here, you and I will be here.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
So 2:22 left on the clock. 4th and 2 at the Lancer 11-yard line. Bedford bunch formation once again. And I'm not sure their team's allowed to be down there at the 10-yard line, but
I don't think anybody's going to do much about it.
It doesn't look like it. Direct snap to Sanchez. He keeps it, and he's going to have a first down. He's in to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he's down to 5.
So Solomon Sanchez, he picks it up. More than enough for a first down. And that's going to do it, I think. Ramshaw kind of hobbled now. We've seen a bunch of Lancers get dinged up.
Down and goal from the Lancers 6.
Right, it's been a tough game for them all the way around. Give it credit to Bedford, though, at the same time. You got to give it credit to Bedford. They came to play, and they did play.
So the clock continues to run. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. 20-7, and a first and goal for Bedford. Let's see if they even try to run a play or they just take a knee.
I think they'll just take a knee. There'd be no reason. I don't want to see anybody else get hurt.
So Michael's on the sidelines now. Sanchez, he's got Irwin behind him. He's got a couple protectors in front of him.
Yeah, he's letting the clock run as far as it can.
Sanchez takes it. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, that's crazy.
They missed the exchange there.
Wow. Unfortunately for them, they recovered
by number 1, Solomon Sanchez.
So he put it in Irwin's gut and then tried to pull it out, but the ball it got out of there, and it is recovered by Bedford.
I think now they won't try any kind of trickery or anything after just
second down and goal.
1:36 left. Londonderry called timeout there.
From the 8. Timeout.
All right, Coach, I got one for you. Something I could never understand. When a game is over, in other words, some team got the other team like 35-7 or something. There's 2 minutes left. And then the coach on the losing team, the team that's obviously going to lose, decides to take his timeouts.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the value of that? What's being accomplished? You can't win the game. It's definitely over. You don't want anybody to get hurt. Just let's end it.
Yeah, in this situation, it's 2 scores, I guess.
Right,
You think
is,
maybe if
it
we get a
is.
fumble, we can run it back. I mean, maybe he just wanted to talk to his kids and say, keep playing till the end of the game.
Yeah, that I can see, but
You don't know. Yeah, but you're right. If it's 3 or 4 scores,
yes,
you're just wasting everybody's
you're
time
wasting
at that point.
everybody's time, right? But you see it all the time. You'll see it in pro games. You see it in all kinds of games. You know, in
It's starting
situations.
to rain?
That's great.
Really good.
Oh, it's starting to rain. Great. Perfect end to the night.
Yeah.
Here's a snap. This time they do hand it off to Irwin, and Irwin fights his way inside the 5 to the 2.
Russell Irwin on the carry.
1:25 left, and a timeout called once again. And it's one of those things right now where the coaches,
Timeout.
Bedford might have been content to
Called
take a
by the
knee, but then
Lancers.
they say, all right, you guys are going to call a timeout. We'll just score.
That's true too. But what's the value of that? If they do,
Is there
then
second
it makes you
charge
look even
timeout
worse. Makes it like 27 to
of the
7.
half?
So before we wrap up tonight, we do want to thank all the folks in Bedford for joining us tonight. It was a simulcast.
Yeah.
It's big time for us, right? I mean,
Right. It's
we're
a
all
big
over the
moment.
state of New Hampshire now.
I mean,
It's
high definition.
high
You know,
definition. Yeah, the
one
BC
of
TV
yeah.
website, channel 23, and also in high def in Bedford,
Yeah.
channel 1072.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what's on
I
channel
can't even count that
1071.
high. I can't count that high. I don't
Channel
know.
1070 is one of my favorites, but once you get up to 72, that's when
That
you're in
throws-
the
throws you off.
It's
Really
yeah,
does,
I mean it's
yeah.
great. But thank you to everyone in Bedford watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope we did your team justice. Great ball team. I
Yes,
mean,
they got
they're
a
going
heck
to
of
be
a
a
team.
force to be reckoned with when that offense gets clicking even more than it is now.
Great quarterback.
They have what they call in the business weapons.
Yes.
Here's one of them right here, Sanchez. He's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. Did he get in?
Don't know.
Don't think he did. No, he did not get in.
Russell Irwin on the
They're going
carry.
to spot the ball. They call it.
Timeout.
And
Called
Londonderry
by
takes their
Lancers.
final
Final
timeout
timeout.
with a minute
Timeout.
19 left and the ball on the
Of the
1 yard
half.
line. I mean, it's 4th and goal, I guess. Try to
Well,
get a
see-
stop here. Then
It'll be fourth
Well,
down
on a
and
situation
goal
like
for
that, and
the
again, I'm
Bulldogs
not
on the
far
1
against it.
yard
I'm
line.
not saying that, but I'm saying you're allowing Bedford to have the time to maybe put it in again, and I don't see that at the end. It's 27. That's the kind of game it was. It wasn't a 27-7 game because we had several major opportunities to make it that much closer. But it will, to somebody on the outside, it will look that way. And why? So, but we're calling a timeout. You know, it happens all the time. So there's no
Yeah.
picking on it or anything like that. And all it's going to do is bring these guys down maybe a little more, especially if they score. If they don't score,
would you call it a teachable moment? I'd call it a teachable moment.
Well, okay.
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
I'm
know.
just speculating here. And of course, we've mentioned the Bedford folks. Thank you
Right.
to everyone in Londonderry.
Oh,
I mean, I know a
absolutely.
lot of the parents, a lot of the kids can't come. So Londonderry people, we love you.
Yeah,
we wish
sure
you were
do.
here with us, going nuts in the stands. Unfortunately, you can't be here. So check us out next week, Londonderry Athletic YouTube channel when we play Wyndham. Sanchez with the fake, he keeps it, he's in. So Solomon Sanchez, that is just
And they're celebrating.
Solomon Sanchez punches it in, and
Solomon Sanchez.
that's a punctuation mark
For the
on this
Bulldog
game. It's
touchdown.
an exclamation point, I
Yeah,
should say,
yeah.
for this game.
Again, I question the need for it all, but again, you're out to win. You're out to do the best you can. But we played into that, and I don't like that. But then, that's one person's opinion.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. It's not like it wasn't a competitive game. It was a good game.
Right. 26-7, and Michael is in to attempt the extra point. Low snap this time. Kick is up, and that one looks like it's no good. That one shot off to the
Michael's
left-hand side,
extra
so
point
no
attempt
good.
is
He's got to practice
no
more.
good.
I don't know about this kid, Michael.
Makes
Yeah, I
the
know.
Bulldogs
Might-
26, your Lancers 7.
So thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight.
Right.
Great job by our crew, as always. Very lucky to have talented young men running the equipment and a slightly older gentleman producing the whole thing.
Only slightly. Yeah.
Slightly,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I
What would he
mean,
be talking about, folks? How about back here? They're going wild back here in the studio.
yeah, absolutely. So, again, next week we'll be back on the Londonderry Athletic YouTube channel, Comcast Channel 21, WLLO 102.9 FM online. Good luck to Bedford for the rest of their season. Maybe we'll see them again in the playoffs.
I was going to say there's a real chance that we could see them again in the playoffs, right?
Wyndham with their first game tomorrow. They play Pinkerton tomorrow.
That's why I was wondering if there was still going to be a game on next Friday.
Yeah.
As of right now, there is. I checked today, too.
So Wyndham has their first game tomorrow against Pinkerton.
Against Pinkerton.
At Pinkerton. And then they come here next week on Friday night. .114 to go. Michael's going to kick it away. It's going to come down.
It's a live
Bounces
ball.
at the 20. It's a
Unless
live ball.
it
It does not go out of bounds. Connor Howell picks it up. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet. Tiptoeing down the sidelines before he's forced out at the 28-yard line.
Connor Howell on the return.
So, I mean, there's a minute and 8 seconds left here. 26-7 is your score. McEachern trots back out on the field.
My concern, and again, this is an opinion of one person.
First down and 10 for the Lancers.
What if somebody gets hurt during this period of time now? They work so hard and put so much effort into playing in a game, and it means nothing right now. And again, it's one person's opinion. This has nothing to do with
the views expressed by Jerry.
But I asked that question. It's just a legitimate question. You know, you don't want your son or daughter, if it's another sport, and
McEachern's going to fire deep down the sidelines and intended for Ramshaw. It's incomplete.
Intended for number 18, Colby Ramshaw.
He was blanketed down there pretty well.
Oh, yeah, you got a defender right there.
Oh, you have to think that's Christopher with the coverage. Oh, you got to think that Bedford knows what's coming right now, right?
Of course. Yes.
I don't think we're trying any dives off guard.
Oh, and we know it's coming, too, so there you go.
So Howe goes into the game, and Will Reyes comes trotting off, and he did not want to come out of the game, and I think coach is just saying, we don't want anything to happen to you, buddy. You have more weeks of the season to play. McEachern throwing again, fires a quick one, and that is it caught? Is it incomplete? It is caught. Ramshaw with the grab.
He got it, yeah.
Colby Ramshaw.
Going to the outside. Clock moving at 45 seconds and counting. 26-7 is your lead for the Bedford Bulldogs.
And 4 for the Lancers.
Third down, 4 yards to go. McEachern rolling right, firing right, and it's caught by Azadorian, and he's tackled by Sanchez at the 48.
Pass complete to number 22, Nick
It's a Lancer
Azadorian.
first down, but now we're down to 30 seconds in the game.
I want to thank the people in Bedford for taking the time to listen to us and watch us on TV, and just like you did, and we appreciate your confidence in us, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, glad everyone could join us. McEachern that time couldn't find anyone downfield, tucked it, ran, got a first down, got out of bounds. 19 seconds left, and so I guess no quit in the Lancers. That's a good sign, right?
Ball on the Bulldog 41-yard line.
So it's been a long time since the Lancers have lost a football game.
Right. It had to happen sooner or later.
2018 was the last time they lost a football game.
New bunch.
McEachern fires down the middle. It's nearly caught by Ramshaw. It was tipped. I mean, that one could have been picked off. It could have been caught. It could have been tipped away. And
second down and 10.
So Fawcett comes into the game now. He's also a wide receiver as well as a kicker, so I don't think they're going to kick right now or anything.
I don't think so. No.
Fawcett is in. Ramshaw trots out. 13 seconds to go here. And McEachern waiting in the pocket, fires one down the field, intended for Fawcett. A little bit of contact there. I don't think they're going to throw a flag at this juncture of the game. There's Christopher on the coverage.
For number 11, Zach Fawcett.
Yeah, a little bit of contact, but at this point, like you said, there's no point of throwing a flag or anything like that. So we're down to our last play. 5 seconds left. A lot of yelling out on the field. McEachern just firing it down the right sideline for Azadorian, and
I think it's intercepted.
I think he caught it. He did. He caught it.
Wow.
Number 22, Nick Azadorian.
No time left, guys.
And Bedford celebrating on the field.
That's the end of the game. Your final score, the Bedford.
So your final score,
Bulldogs,
26-7.
Your
Tough one
Lancers,
for the Lancers.
7.
Their first loss, as we said, since
Right.
Our
2018.
next home game will
So,
be next Friday night
2-1
at
on the year,
7
and
o'clock.
hopefully bounce back next week with
And
Bedford.
your
Start again
Lancers
next week.
host
Thank you, ladies and
the
gentlemen.
Jaguars.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next week, 7 o'clock, same place.